let's have a look at futures, see how they're shaping up before the market opens on this Tuesday morning. Dow still up about 300 points, NASDAQ up about 130. Pretty good rally, I'd say. Lou Basenese is our market guy of this morning, and he joins us now. Questions, Lou. Will the Fed pause the rate hikes because of today's CPI?
You said last time I was on, us market guys don't like to take definitive stances. There's absolutely no way the Fed is pausing next week. I just don't see it. This CPI print is way too hot still. I mean, we're talking about 6% inflation in a world where the Fed wants 2%. I mean, Lauren started going through the segments. There's only, when my read of it quick, there was only one or two areas that were actually down year over year. And one of those was gasoline, down about 2.5%. If you look at the price of eggs, transportation, hospitality and leisure, they're still up major double digits. There's no cover for the Fed to say that inflation is actually under control at this point. So I just don't see it. I mean, I think investors have just no short-term memory. I mean, if you remember last week, we were talking about Powell possibly accelerating the rate of increases to 50 basis points next week. And now all of a sudden, we've not only gone to pause, we're going to maybe go in reverse. I mean, Goldman saying it's a pause. Nomura Securities coming out yesterday being an outlier saying that they think the Fed's going to cut rates next week. I don't even know what to make of it. It's just delusional nonsense as far as I think.
No pause as far as you're concerned at 6% inflation. All right, Lou, stay there. I've got some more for you later. I want to get to the latest on the Silicon Valley Bank. The Federal Reserve is reviewing its oversight of that bank. So what happens now?
The Fed Vice Chair for Supervision, Michael Barr, is leading this review. Publicly, they'll release their report on May 1st. These are the two big questions that everybody wants to know. What are the blind spots and who's responsible for all of this? I mean, I can posit what people are talking about. The blind spot would be that SVB nearly doubled its deposits during the pandemic. 9 in 10 of those deposits were uninsured. Why is that okay? And who's responsible for all of this? You know, Senator Bill Hagerty points his finger at the San Francisco Fed. That regional bank was responsible for the day-to-day supervision, and the SVB CEO, Mr. Greg Becker, sat on its board up until a few days ago.
That would seem to be a conflict of interest, to put it mildly. All right, thanks, Lou. Let's bring him back in, Lou Basenese is still with us. The regional banks, they are bouncing off their huge losses yesterday. Is that, to you, a sign that the contagion may be winding down?
I think it's a great sign. I mean, look, banking is a confidence game. A lack of it is contagious. With Silicon Valley Bank, you had just a fear over the weekend that it was going to spread, right? I mean, we saw this happen very quickly, unfolded. But now that you're seeing this bounce back, you see the Fed did the right thing, stepped in, the FDIC stepped in, restored confidence in the system. I don't want to say that Silicon Valley Bank was isolated. The contagion is going to continue in the venture capital world. They've got a lot of repercussions coming. You're mentioning some of the conflicts of interest, a lot of self-dealing. It's just really exposing that this model had great marketing, but not the best results necessarily. And they're going to have to answer for that in the quarters ahead and the years ahead.
So we're still in the same position. Don't buy stocks, buy short-term treasuries. You and I still agree on this, do we? Yes, I think.
Do we still agree that's a boring strategy, or would we still agree? No, I agree with you. Treasuries, but then look, let's forget about becoming banking experts right now. Let's look at the underlooked opportunities in the market. I mentioned one a couple weeks ago. Prevention Bio was trading at about $6 or $7. It just got bought out yesterday for $25. So there is undeniable value in the market. You gotta be balanced.
You gotta find it. You gotta find it.
I won't call it boring. I'll call it balanced.
All right, Lou. Thanks very much for joining us on an important day. See you later.